Yo, what's going on, guys? So today, due to popular request, we're going to be taking a look at how to make songs like the online modern shoegaze phenomenon, Flyingfish, as well as some things that you can do to get the aggressive, lo-fi DIY sound for yourself. But before we get into that, I do want to mention that the best way to support the channel is by checking out my online shop, where you can get samples, drum loops, and mixing and guitar presets, as well as other things to help make your music. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Also, if you want to skip around and hear the final product already, just skip to the end of the video and you can hear it in its entirety without hearing me yap about tone. So to start off, let's look at some of the gear that Flyingfish uses to record their songs. So from their very elusive social media presence, I was able to find this one image on their Spotify page that shows their amp, pedal, and guitar setup. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to identify it all, but I was able to get the main important stuff. So Flyingfish uses a small orange amp, probably a Crush 30, along with a Boss DS1, a Boss CH1, a DD3, and of course a Jazzmaster. So today I'm going to be using my Strat as a close approximation to a Jazzmaster. And I'm going to be using these pedals inside of Amplitude 5. I know I didn't mention a fuzz, but I'm pretty sure he's got a fuzz or a big muff type pedal in there. And that goes into this orange 8030 clone that they have inside of Amplitude. And I think using a small amp really adds a lot to this DIY kind of sound. So here's my tone. So you might notice that the tone doesn't really sound quite there yet. Now, I think the key to really getting that Flyingfish sound, and that sound that's common amongst a lot of other modern shoegaze bands, is adding heavy saturation to your track. This creates that really nice distorted sound that Flyingfish is known for. Here I'm using the Fine Classics Saturator by Fine Classics Plugins, who have been so kind as to provide me with a 20% off coupon code to give to you guys. So go check them out if you want some really great high quality plugins. Now let me show you what I played for the track. And as you can see, I'm pretty much only using those add9/sus2 chords. Next, we're moving on to the bass. So something I noticed while listening to a lot of Flyingfish's music was that he doesn't always use a real bass guitar, but instead uses a synth bass sound instead, which creates a very unique and very focused bass sound. So here's what I chose. I used a preset called Under the Basement inside of June 6V by Arturia, and I've got some saturation and overdrive with BOD, and again the Fine Classics Saturator. Then I programmed this really nice driving but very simple bass line, and here's how it sounds. Now lastly, the drums. Now for the drums, you want to have a lot of energy in there, just like the guitar, and a good amount of saturation. Now don't worry about having the drums sound real. A lot of the time, you can obviously hear that Flyingfish is using sample drums or drum loops, so you don't have to worry about making the drums sound real. In fact, I'd encourage using loops, link in description, to get that DIY modern shoegaze sound. Anyways, here's what I programmed. Make sure to have a good intro fill as well. So now that we've gone over all of these parts, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please leave a like and a comment. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing. If you want to support the channel, please check out my online shop or check out Fine Classic Plugins. And without further ado, here is the final Flyingfish track.